Hello everyone, this is S.GeethaPriya from RMDEC Engineering College. In this lecture, we will be discussing about the second part of the key constraint. In the first part, we discussed about what is a constraint and what is a check constraint, not null constraint and default constraint. So in this lecture, we will be seeing about the unique key constraint, primary key constraint and foreign key constraint. So unique key in sense, a particular column will be named as or will be termed as a unique key. It means that that column will accept only a unique value. For example, if already two values are existing there, suppose I'm trying to insert the same value again, your table will not be accepting the value. So unique key means all the value should be in a unique way. And here it will be accepting the null values also. So we'll go with an example. So in this query, we created a table employee with attributes employee number and employee name, and here employee number is termed as a unique key. So this means that whenever you are trying to insert a record in the table, all the time the employee number should be a unique value. It should not contain any repeated value. And also in unique key constraint, we saw that it will be accepting a null value. So either it should be a unique value or it can take a null value. So in the second query, insert into employee, the table name employee, the values are 1001 Abhita, 1002 Banu. So here our unique attributes are the employee number. So employee number, the first value is 1001 and second value is 1002. So both are unique values that has been inserted into our table. Second time, when I am trying to insert the same value, the table, this is the existing table with the employee number 1001 and 1002. But third time when I am trying to insert a value with the same employee ID, so I will be getting an error called duplicate entry. That is, unique key cannot have a duplicate value, so it will be throwing you an error. In this query, you can see that insert into employee value null and the name is Chitra. So here employee number or employee ID is a null value in unique key constraint. It will be taking the null values also. So that has been accepted and that has been inserted into the table. That employee number is null and the name is Chitra. So this is your unique key constraint. That is, it can accept only unique value. No duplicate should be there, and also it will be accepting the null value. So the next constraint is primary key constraint. The primary key is partially similar to your unique key, but here the difference is it will not take a null value. So same as unique key, the primary key will be taking only the unique value. No duplicates are allowed in your primary key. And the next thing is it will not also accept the null value. So no duplicates and no null values. In this query, a table employee has been created with attributes employee number, employee name, salary, address and the department number. Here employee number is specified as a primary key. So this means that whenever I am trying to insert a new record, the employee number should be will be having the primary key constraint. That means no duplicate should be inserted. All the values should be unique, and also it should not have a null value. So when I am trying to insert, so insert into employee value, my values are, so the first employee number is 1001, second employee number is 1002. So both are unique values, so that has been accepted and it has been inserted into the table. So this is your table now. Employee 1001 and 1002 has been inserted. This is your existing table now. So next, when I am trying to insert a value with 1001 again my employee number is 1001. Here you cannot insert this value because 1001 is already an existing employee number in the existing table. So you will be getting the error duplicate entry. The next time when I am trying to insert the value, the employee number is null here. That time also you will be getting an error. Column E number cannot be null. It cannot be null because employee number is a primary key here. So this is your primary key constraint. It should not have any duplicate value and it should not take any null values. The next one is your foreign key constraint. So we'll go with an example straightly. So whenever you are going to create a foreign key, the first constraint should be you should have a base table first. For that base table only you will be creating another table with the foreign key. So in this example, our person table is a base table and order table is the next table we are going to create. So you assume that the person table is already created. Now I'm going to create the table order. So in this query, you can see that we have created the table, create table orders, the table name order. The attributes are order ID, order number, and person ID. So person ID in foreign key references person ID. This is how you will be mapping a foreign key. So I'll explain this particular query now. So here person ID is an attribute of person table as well as order table. In the order table, the third constraint is a person ID, you can see here. So when you are seeing both the table, for both the table, the common attribute is a person ID. So the foreign key, we will be going with the common attributes. So person ID in the order is a foreign key here, but it should act as a primary key in its base table. I'll explain again. The person table, person ID is a primary key. Only the primary key of the base table will be acting as a foreign key in the next table. So person ID is common in both the table, and in the person table it is a primary key, and in orders table it is a foreign key. So now the constraints of foreign key are, whenever I am trying to insert a value in the orders table, the person ID should be matching with the person ID of person table. So here you can see that in the orders table you can see that the person ID are 3, 3, 2, 1. So this value should be existing in your base table. So here the person ID are 1, 2, 3. For this 3 person ID only, we have inserted the order values here. So this is a accepted constraint or accepted satisfying the foreign key constraint. Suppose I am trying to insert a record in order table with a person ID of 4. In this case, it will be violating your foreign key constraint because the person ID 4 is not existing in the base table. So a value is not present in the base table means you cannot insert a value in the next table or in the foreign key table. So this is one constraint or in foreign key constraint. The next one is, when I'm trying to delete a row in the person table, I cannot delete it directly because suppose I'm deleting the row or deleting the person ID 3. I will be getting an error because that row or that person ID value is also existing in the order table as a foreign key. For in the orders table, for the person ID 3, I am having two sets of record. So directly I cannot delete a record in the base table. Suppose I want to delete the person 3 itself means, the first I have to delete the values or I have to delete the record in the orders table, and then only I will be able to delete in the base table. So these are the two key constraints of foreign key constraint. So the first one is, whenever you are going to try to insert in a new table, the value should be existing in the base table. That is your first constraint. The next constraint is, whenever you are trying to delete a record from the base table, you cannot delete it directly. You have to delete it from the foreign table first, and then only you will be able to delete it from the base table. So this is your foreign key constraint. So in this lecture, we covered what is a unique key constraint. The unique key constraint, all the values should be unique and also it will be accepting the null value. And the next one we saw about primary key constraint. All the primary key values or columns should be unique and also it cannot accept a null value. And foreign key, two constraints we saw. Whenever trying to insert into the order table, first check whether that values are present in the base table. And the second constraint is, whenever I am trying to delete from the base table, it should be deleted from the foreign table first and then should be deleted in the base table. So that's it about the constraints of DBMS.